Going for boost over. Well, I think going for boost if you're a boost merchant, like someone like AJ or someone, you go for boost.
100% of the time.
Yes.
Always, every second of every game, ball's going in your net, don't worry about it. Go get the boost and make sure you've got the full 100 to celebrate with the other team.
Boost over ball is a good time when your opponent is dribbling towards your own corner and you know it has no threat to go into your net at all, and your teammate is behind you for sure. If all of those align, it's better to just take your corner boost, let him just dribble into the wall for useless, and force him to go back with 0. That would be a better time to take boost over ball.
If you've ever wondered when the best time to go boost over ball is, you've come to the right place. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Boost Over Ball podcast. Today, we will be coming at you with our RLCS Winter Major Day 4 recap, and the recap from Championchip Sunday. With me here, I got AJ Binky.
Howdy.
Everyone else from the Boost Over Ball Airbnb left today after the event was over, so you're left with just us today. But we'd like to start off by saying thank you so much for listening, for rating everywhere you get your podcasts, for following us on Twitter, following the new Instagram account, checking out our website at www.boostoverball.com, and all the other things that we do. Thank you so much for that. But we will jump right into today's matches, starting off with the two quarterfinals from the upper bracket. We have FaZe taking on Gen G, which in a series they won 4-2, and Complexity with a clean sweep of Crew Esports. That FaZe Gen G match is probably the highlight of the quarterfinal matches from today. What did you think about that one?
I don't remember what I predicted. I feel like I predicted everything wrong again, though.
You picked FaZe, but you wanted Gen G.
I did pick FaZe? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think all of us were on the same page. I think Angela was the only person to pick Gen G straight up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, but FaZe are, they traded, FaZe, then Gen G, then FaZe, before being able to take a 3-2 series lead and overcoming the timeout buff to win a 1-0 game in overtime on Tokyo to move on to the semifinals. And then on the other side, we have Complexity with just a clean sweep against Crew, like I said. So they put up 11 goals to Crew's 4. There's one overtime game, but just a sweep.
Was that 3 one-game goals I see, though?
It is.
So that, apart from the 5-1 game, it was closer than the series score shows.
Oh, for sure. And, I cannot say enough good things about Crew Esports through this tournament. I don't think anyone expected them to get out of their groups, let alone make it top 8.
Yeah.
So that's a fantastic experience for them. That's something that they can certainly look to take back to Sam. And, they exercise their demons, right? They beat Team Secret. They've never beaten Team Secret. So that's something that they can take, that they can hold themselves in high regard of and look to take their region by storm for the winter split.
Yeah, they did great. I'm super happy with how they performed.
Yeah,
even though the sweep in their last series, but yeah, it's deeper than that.
Yeah, they certainly made themselves some fans in
for sure
in NA. So Sad and Drops are playing it up for the camera, and they did a fantastic job. So congrats to them, even though they probably wanted to go a little bit farther, but they made it farther than anyone anticipated.
Yeah.
Moving on to our semifinal matches, we have FaZe beating Complexity in a best-of-7 thriller in Game 7 of Champions Field, and we have Carmine Corp taking down Team Liquid 4-2. I feel like in that FaZe Complexity series, it was less FaZe winning and more them just surviving.
Yeah, that's what it felt like for sure.
I mean, Complexity took a 2-1 series lead before FaZe came through the timeout buff and, taking it to 2-2. But, Complexity winning game 5 and putting themselves on match point, but FaZe are able to squeak out two games in a row there and move on to the grand finals. But I mean, again, another former SAM team, I can't give enough credit to Complexity. They've looked fantastic this regional, winning the group that most people did not expect them to win. People figured maybe Gen G or Oxygen, but Complexity are able to win all of them. They beat all of those major teams there. And
who all was in their group?
It's Complexity, Oxygen, Gen G, and Pioneers.
Yeah, that's not an easy group.
Yeah, they beat Oxygen in 5, Gen G in 4, and they beat Kansas City Pioneers in 4.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And they get a bye directly into the quarterfinals and avoid having to play FaZe or Gen G again, and Team Secret. So Crew does a fantastic job there, but Complexity does even better to sweep them, and they put up a tremendous showing against FaZe.
Yeah,
and
it was close.
I know the desk at the venue was very, very pro FaZe. The crowd was very pro FaZe. No one really gave Complexity a shot, really, and they certainly showed up in a big way.
For sure.
But on the other end, Carmine Corp destroyed Liquid. I think that they Brazil them in game 2, and even with a timeout buff from Liquid, they still take game 3 to put themselves on match point. And it took 2 tremendous defensive performances from Liquid and 2 overtime winners to kind of claw their way back a little bit into the series before they get Braziled for a second time in game 6.
It's so rough.
Yeah, I don't know that that's ever happened before, where there's been 2 Brazils in one series. I'd have to do.
I'm curious to know.
I'd have to look into that, but it very could have easily been a clean sweep. I think that Team Liquid did very well to take 2 games off. I kind of thought that they were looking good against Oxygen or against Vitality. I'm sorry, and they looked good in their group, topping that group. So I'm hopeful that they can regain. I'm a fan of the way that they play, and I hope to see them improve in the next split.
Yeah, honestly, apart from those 2 Brazil games, it felt like they did incredibly well. Like, it was like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, they kept it close. They were super competitive games. Yeah. Apart from those 2 Brazil games.
I mean, it's a 1-0 win for Carmine Corp, a 2-1 win in overtime for Liquid, a 3-2 win in overtime for Liquid, a 5-4 win in overtime for Carmine Corp, and then the 2 Brazils. Yeah, it's like the Brazils are, like, it's hard to call them an outlier if it happens twice, but when it rains, it pours in some of those series. Like, I think that they, maybe the mental was a little bit off. After you let in a couple quick goals like that, then it's hard to bring yourself back in, especially against a team like Carmine Corp. But finally moving on to the grand finals here, we have Carmine Corp taking down FaZe Clan in 6. They traded blows back and forth with FaZe going up 2-1. Carmine Corp taking the timeout and getting the biggest timeout buff I've ever seen as they come out and stomp FaZe 7-0 in game 4. And even after the weird first killer leaving the stage for something
that was weird.
That wasn't a timeout, that we can only guess was either like a bathroom break or a technical difficulty.
See, I feel like because they didn't have to use their timeout, I feel like it had to be a technical difficulty, like something with like maybe the controller or something. I don't know. That was wild.
Yeah, but so they took a prolonged break in between the games, and Carmine Corp is still able to take that game, and then FaZe used their timeout to try and get the actual timeout buff, and it's not enough as Carmine Corp is able to take down FaZe in 6 games. A tremendous showing for them. The Blue Wall fans certainly showed up. They were parading around the arena, and they were loud. You heard them the whole time, and you could see the pride and the excitement on the faces of Itachi, Exotic, and Vatira as they, Vatira wins his second major, but for everyone else, it's their first, and their first as a team. So, and according to them, hopefully the first of many, but they looked fantastic, taking down, G2, Team Liquid, FaZe Clan in their run through the playoffs, and this now marks the 3rd time in a row for both G2 and for Team Liquid that at an international event they lost to the eventual champions.
Yeah, They did fantastic.
Yeah, but
I liked it was Adam's tweets about Carmine, like yeah, I didn't schedule a Carmine interview because like they're gonna dominate the finals, and I'll just interview him afterwards.
yeah, so like as part of the media, we got to interview the champions. So we got an interview with Carmine Corp, and Adam Baguette from Shift RLE was pretty vocal about how he thought Carmine Corp was going to take it pretty easily. So I think it was a little bit closer than he anticipated it originally being, but you know, in the end he was right. Carmine Corp was able to take it, and you know, they did it in convincing fashion. But you know, that being said, it's time for FaZe to regroup. They kind of broke the mold a little bit on Fourth Clan. They're able to get a top 2, which is, you know, a big step for them. I feel a little bit bad for First Killer, right? So as phenomenal of a tournament as he had, the last thing that people are going to remember, and the biggest thing from this event is going to be a poor touch from First Killer that led to Itachi's goal to win it for Carmine Corp.
I was spacing off.
You're all good.
I'm so tired.
Yeah. But I mean, it's unfortunate that that's probably going to be the most remembered part of the major.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that at the end there where he was jumping off the backboard and
Just a
didn't
missed touch.
catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate.
But with that being said, we'll jump into three of the announcements that were made at the event today. First off, we talked about it a little bit, but the Spring Major will be in Boston in July, the weekend after 4th of July. And as of right now, we are planning to be there again in person with quite a crew. So hopefully we will see you all there. They also announced that Worlds 2023 will be in Dusseldorf in Germany, so an EU World Championship, which was a little bit to be expected after they announced back-to-back U.S. Major events. Mm-hmm. And then...
Right. Before we move on from these, I want a prediction. Who wins Spring Major? We're doing it now.
Okay, we're doing it now.
We're doing it now.
Carmine Corp.
Carmine Corp, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say version 1.
Okay, I think that's a very good shout.
Yeah.
I think the pickup of Daniel will be a phenomenal addition to that team.
Yeah. All right, so now I want to do Worlds predictions. Who's gonna win Worlds?
Is it lame that I'd say Carmine again?
No, I was gonna say the same thing.
I mean, they've just looked so good. I have a hard time picking anybody else right now. It may be recency bias, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
You know, I think I am gonna change mine actually. I don't think version 1's gonna win Worlds. I think Carmine takes it. I think you're right. I think they looked so dominant in this tournament. I think oh, they didn't win a major though, did they? Version 1 won a regional last winter?
In the fall.
Was it the fall?
Mm-hmm. They beat Genji.
Oh, that's right.
In regional number 2.
You're right. Okay.
So, but I mean, they did, like we talked about, the addition of Daniel is big for them. I think I'm very excited to see how they perform.
Yeah, it should be so. I'm super excited to see them play. Yeah, just to go against you, I'm not gonna pick Carmine. I'm gonna say Genji. Okay. Genji takes Worlds. It's a Genji World Championship.
That would be a big bounce back for them. So.
Yes, it would.
I mean, I say bounce back, right? But they're top 8 again. That's like it's unbelievable the consistency that they've had, and they dropped out to FaZe, right? So they've missed 2 grand finals in their history as a team. It's unbelievable.
Like, I know they've basically been in every single grand final since they existed.
Yeah, except for the last regional and this event now.
Who was in the last regional for grand final?
It was FaZe and oh my god, why am I drawing such a big blank on this?
It was Winter Open, wasn't it?
No.
Was it?
FaZe and G2.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and FaZe beat him in pretty convincing fashion.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, should be entertaining.
Indeed. But that plays right into the other pieces of news that we got this weekend, kind of building off each other on the same day. We hear the announcement of the retirement of Torment after being dropped by version 1. And we also got an announcement on stage after a very, very nice tribute video from everyone of the announcement of retirement from Turbo Pulsa, Mr. Four-Time.
Mr. Four-Time, the GOAT.
Yeah, so, I mean, kind of signals a changing of the guard as to the most memorable players in the scene. Call it like hang up the sticks, competitively at least. So a lot of people are speculating that maybe JNAPS may be next as kind of the last of that era. But
how old is JNAPS?
24.
Okay, that's unfortunate for us.
Yeah,
for us old farts.
But we were able to interview G2. And JNAP said he still got that drive. He still got that desire to compete, at least for the rest of this season. And then he'll kind of analyze what's going on after that. But for now, JNAPS is here to stay. But you know, after kind of the announcements and you know, we got into that grand finals, and we interviewed Carmine Corp. It really started to sink in everything that's happened to us this weekend and all the things that we've gotten to do. And I don't really know how to put into words the experience that we had.
It's incredible. That's the only thing I can think of is like, you just can't explain it.
I mean, you know, getting tickets to the event, getting the media access that we did, being able to get, you know, all the content that we did. You know, we've got pictures, videos, interviews. We were able to interview Complexity, FaZe, Gen.G, G2, and Carmine Corp, alongside Hootie Who and Adam Baguette from Shift RLE. And like our FaZe interview was Adam Baguette and me. And that's a position that I never thought I'd be in. You know, Nolly talked about it in his interview, and you'll kind of hear a little bit about that, you know, once that content comes out from us. But was talking about imposter syndrome, right? And, you know, should I really be where I am? But it's certainly a position that I never thought I'd find myself in, but, you know, am so very lucky to be able to bring you the content that I am. I love what I get to do, and that it's something that people want to listen to, even if I don't want to listen to myself while editing. But I can't even bring into words how much it's meant to me and all of the things that we've gotten to do and how crazy of a weekend this has been. But moving forward, we will still have our normal wrap-up episode that'll go live Wednesday morning. Ace will be back on the show for that one as we do a full recap of everything that happened at the event, all of the things that we got to do as a media access, and hear Ace's thoughts on everything. So before we sign off for today, I have a couple people that I need to thank. First of all, a huge thank you to Will Chan, Audrey Cato, Psionic Studios, Epic Games, and the entire RL Esports team for everything that you guys did, for the amazing event that you put on, for all of the hard work that you put in, for escorting us around the event, you know, the food, the media access, the interviews that we were able to do. I can't thank you enough for that. Next, thank you to Adam Baguette, Hootie Who, the Shift RLE team for allowing us to work alongside them. Their phenomenal interview questions inspired me to get some of my own from them. It was an absolute pleasure to be able to share the interview room with them. I look up to those guys and the work that they do. They release phenomenal content, and if you don't know about that, or if you don't watch, listen, or read about their content, you definitely should. Next, a big thank you to AJ, to Raspberries, to Angelo for their incredible support this weekend. Angelo has taken most of the pictures and some of the videos that you will see in the next couple of weeks. Some super high quality images and content that he has put out. To AJ for taking videos using the phone gimbal. helping out with the Carmine Corp interview at the end, and generally just enjoying himself, repping the Boost Over Ball gear and helping out Raspberries for, getting the flag signed, for the backdrop, repping the flag, getting on stream, jumping on the podcast for our episode yesterday, and doing whatever he can to help support it. It means the world to me, and you guys don't know how much it means. And lastly, to the fans, without you guys, none of this would have been possible. Thank you. My drive and Ace's drive to bring out as much high quality content as possible is higher than ever. We're certainly looking to continue the momentum we've gotten from being at this event, from seeing all the talented people who produce Rocket League content. Has made us only want to elevate our level even more. So thank you again. And then from Ace and I both, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. And as always, remember to choose Boost over Ball. Thank you for listening to the Boost Over Ball podcast.